Alright, welcome back everybody to the final part of my Star Fox Adventures Glitchless tutorial that I have been working on here. This will be part 5. This part will actually be pretty short. There's really not a whole lot in this part. The end of the game after Dragon Rock is only about 45 more minutes of gameplay, give or take. A good portion of which is cutscenes. So we'll go through it, but this will be a pretty short one. The end is pretty quick. There's not a whole lot to say. There's only a couple of hard parts, and I guess the biggest part is probably Walled City 2. But yeah, so we'll just hop right in. The last part left off, we just left Dragon Rock after collecting the 4th Spellstone. Okay, so we were at Dragon Rock. One input to the left to the Great Fox.
General?
Skip after General Pepper says General. And the same flying segment as always. Every video has started with this, basically, after the first one, which is funny. I've noticed that. Yeah, there's really only a couple of hard parts. Some things to note, but we'll get through it. Not much left. The first several minutes here is pretty much just going to be running to Cape Claw. Because we're at the end, we really don't need to pick up anything else. You should actually be able to have an empty inventory by this point. You should be able to clear out the last thing in your inventory. Try for scoreboard skip there. You should be able to clear out the last thing in your inventory when you enter Dragon Rock, which is spending the last of your fuel cells. When we come out of this, you'll see that I should have all zeros. Hold left out of the cutscene here, because we're gonna go straight to Cape Claw.
Where are we going?
Turn off my PDA, because I turned the game off. You got magic. At least we got magic. So yeah, sorry that there's not much to say here. This is just running to Cape Claw the same ways we have been. Yep. Gotta watch that cutscene. Hold sort of upright out of it because you'll be behind the ledge, and then just keep going forward to run to the maze. On your way to Cape Claw at some point, equip Ice Blast and highlight Portal Device. Ladder skip, roll cancel. Don't have to take damage there if you roll cancel properly. I did not. Yeah, so right around here, coming up this ladder is often a good time to just do it. Equip Ice Blast and highlight Portal Device. It's what we'll be using when we get here. Because we're going to go to the cannon as the entrance to the Ocean Temple is now boarded up with wood. So I will show you. Now we often go for the middle island there to avoid some swimming, but here just jump off where I did just then to go straight to the door for the cave. The island is just a little bit out of the way and actually would be slower to get to. Can roll here, roll through this shallow water, and then spam A to use the portal device instantly, provided you've got it open, highlighted in your menu like I did, and then spam Y to use Ice Blast. Now go to the cannon. I guess I can say this, I'm just going to stay in the starting position. There is sort of a super slick way to blow up the wooden door in one shot, but it's a little tricky. You kind of want to, like, hold right to start moving your cannon as you enter it, and then sort of, like, very shortly after you, like, see it, you see that you're moving to the right, hold down A, and then release A when you're pointed at the door, and it, like, should hit it. I'll try it. It doesn't actually often work for me. The only time save of it is that if you manage like a perfect shot like that, you can just run away from the cannon. You know, you don't have to wait and like see that you got it right, because this is like semi-consistent. But to be honest with you, I often don't end up getting this. I like usually don't get this little trick, and I often end up waiting to see if I actually hit the door anyway. It's just safer. I mean, if you miss, if you're wrong and you miss, you've probably already jumped off of this ledge and into the water, which means you have to go back around, which is way more time loss. So it's risky. It's a risky strat. Honestly, probably wouldn't recommend it, but like, it's not gonna hit. Yeah, see, I was a little short there. If I had pushed A just a little bit sooner, we would have gotten it. It's right about there, I think. Nope, little more. It's pretty full. You have to make the meter pretty full. There we go. Once you see it destroyed, you can jump off now. Jump off this way. I'd recommend going up the right side. It's probably more optimized. And then head on in. Jump off this way. Try to land on the little ledge in the water so you don't have to climb twice. Okay, now up ahead there is something I have to note. We're gonna now do the second part of Electric Slide, which you can find in well, I guess it would have been part 3 of this video series, because it's during the trip to Ocean 1. Now, if you recall, Electric Slide was a trick where you were able to manipulate the pattern of the electric floor puzzle at the very beginning of the Ocean Temple into being very easy to get through. Now, the fun thing about it, I gotta explain part of how this works. If you do Electric Slide on your first visit to the Ocean Temple, the first time, you do the little stop at the end of this hallway at the opening and zoom to manipulate the code like I showed before. You do Electric Slide once. You go through the Ocean Temple. When you exit the Ocean Temple for the first time, the code is set by default to allow you to do Electric Slide again, and the code will not reset as long as you don't turn the console off or soft reset the game, which we do not do in a glitchless run. So in glitchless and in most categories, when you if you do Electric Slide once in Ocean 1, exit Ocean 1, do not turn the game off between the time that you finish Ocean 1 and come back here right now to enter Ocean 2, Electric Slide will already be set up for you by default. You don't actually have to do anything to set it up as long as you didn't turn the game off. If you did turn the game off, you will have to do the same manipulation that you did before. like, which is what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to do the manipulation again because I turned the game off since I made part 3 of this video. You know, I did this in parts, but a full run would not be done in parts. You wouldn't have turned the game off. So you should be able to simply just run forward, run ahead. You don't have to do a thing. Go straight to electric slide and do the same pattern on the floor that you did the first time, which is all the way left, second right, and then the rest are duds that don't function at all. So I do have to do the manipulation again. But you will not. That should work. I don't know. I don't actually do this very often because normally I don't have to. You know what I mean? I think it works. But either way, equip your spellstone when you're coming up here. Skip the sharp claw. Get far away from him so that you can use the spellstone without him interrupting it. Then head this way, inside, and do electric slide. I like to equip fire blaster. Yep, it worked. So yeah, if you did turn the game off, you just have to do the manipulation again. Run all the way to the end and then jump in the water because swimming is slow, so you want to cover all that vertical distance running. Go left, and then up. Which, if you did window jump before, you've never been up this rock wall before. But now you just run straight to the warp. The thing is, with Ocean 2, there's really, like, one hard puzzle, and the rest is just the same as before, or already open for you. Now go through this door into the left, into the water. I think you always ledge grab there. I've never found a way to avoid it. Climb up here. You have to climb up on the right side of that water pillar. Go left and then all the way to the right like I just did and roll past him. You can kind of like sneak by his hitbox without him stopping you. Don't have to kill him. Grab this block and push it down, and then just push it to the left until it reaches the edge. That's what I always do. Normally, you don't want to move blocks to the left and right because it's slower than pushing them forward or back. But that's only a couple steps. It's not worth the run around, you know. And you need more space to get around it on this side to push it forward. So now you can get around and push it forward to the spot you have to go to. Hit the switch. Oh, drat. You should have a Sharp Claw Disguise equipped coming up there. I forgot to mention that. You should have Sharp Claw Disguise equipped as you are, like, before you hit that switch. Once you hit the switch, jump down here, slash the gem, turn on the disguise, then grab the gem so that you don't waste magic. Run over and hit the Sharp Claw pad. Run back. Turn back into Fox. Now, right here, there's a little sort of thing you can do to get in the water faster. You want to, like, neutral roll out of this door. And you just want to it gets you in the water faster so that you aren't waiting when you're trying to swim out. That was a little weird and slow. But yeah, like, you see how the water just reached the top and we just got out? That's, like, what we're going for. Okay, next room is, like, the only hard part of Ocean 2, really. This is the infamous fire wheel puzzle. I probably won't do it right in demonstration. I should probably save. So, let's see. We're just gonna try it. I will, if I really royally mess it up, I will probably redo it. Maybe I'll try it 1 or 2 times just cause. But yeah, this is, I'll explain how to do it. As you're running up, equip Fire Blaster. Alright. and then come over here to the switch to start it. You're going to hit all of the switches from this platform. You won't have to move from it. So, you're going to start the puzzle with the switch, and then it's going to show you the little cutscene where it like pans around the room. And then the flames will come on, and you'll have to shoot the properly colored switch to put out the properly colored flame. Now, so the order that you want to do them in is blue. Well, okay, this is to clarify. This is perfectly optimally. Okay, like if you got them all first try, this is the order you do them in. You do blue, green, while standing right here. Okay, you kind of have to stand at these edges to be able to shoot the ones that are on next to you like this. Because there's a hitbox right here. Whoops. There's a hitbox right about here. Like, that would count as hitting it. You know, it doesn't because the puzzle isn't on. But if the fire blaster breaks like that against it, you're good. You should aim at these little triangle parts here, like right where I'm aiming. That's where you want to shoot to activate the switch from this angle. So if you hit the switch to start the puzzle, you come over here. Right on this line is where I stand, like this black line that Fox is standing on. Turn this way. Pull out your fire blaster. Blue. You want to do this pretty much right away too. Blue, green, and then run over here to this black line, and then you're gonna do yellow, red, and you want to do it all pretty much as fast as you're able to. Usually before moving, there's the rhythm of it is that you do kind of want to like hit blue, green, see that green goes out, and then run over here and do yellow, red. That's normally what I do. To be honest, I usually miss one of them. Like this is tough. I don't normally get this in a run perfectly. So I will also try and explain, because like surely that will also happen to you sometimes. So I'm also going to do my best to explain the backup strats for it, like when you should shoot if you miss. You know what I mean? All right, so we'll give it a try. Get started. So we run over here, shoot blue, shoot green. I don't know if we're gonna hit green or hit blue. Hit green. Oh no, we missed green entirely. The shot didn't take. Whoops. See, yeah, that's what'll happen. So green's gonna have to go back around now. It's very slow if the wheel hasn't sped up much yet. Normally I get the green one, though. Try, I guess, shoot it right about there. Yeah, there it is. Then yellow and red. I guess we're missing the red one. We got yellow, and now when there's one left, you want to shoot like right as it starts moving. Why am I not hitting this? You want to shoot right as it starts moving after it's gone about halfway around. There. That should work. Yeah. Like, that's... when there's one left, that's like an easy way to get stuck. You want to shoot... it'll, like, go all the way around and stop halfway around. Like, the moment it starts moving again is when you want to shoot. I should try that again. We're gonna quit and reload to try it again. We'll probably have to run back to the room. Yeah. I imagine that this room's puzzle is already solved. The guys are... Yeah, it is. Whoops. That's fine. Alright, so you know, you normally wouldn't do any of this. We're just running back to the room. Yeah, here we go. Alright, we'll try that one more time. I would recommend making an Ocean 2 practice file to practice this if you're really worried about it. It is a tough puzzle. Like, you just gotta practice it a good few times and you'll hopefully get the hang of it. That was terrible shots. But maybe for the best? Yeah, we got... Okay, see, that time we got, green and blue in one go. There's yellow. That was nearly red. Okay, so that was really, really, really close. I needed to shoot red, like, a half a second faster than I did, you know? I mean, that was close. If the, Krazoa goes back up, you're gonna need to wait a minute to, shoot it again. Because, that was probably early. I don't think it's gonna hit it. Yeah, it didn't hit it. See, now, they refill with water, and it won't let you... You see the water coming down up there? And it won't let you shoot it or turn it on again until after the water is done. So now we'll do what we normally do and wait the right amount of time for it to... There it is. That should be fine. Right? Yeah. Alright, cool. So that was actually a pretty good demonstration. That last one, if you just shoot the red one, like, literally faster than I just did, that's all. That would have worked. That was really, really close to being the perfect one cycle. That's a good enough demonstration. So now for the block puzzle in here, just like the first one, there's a set pattern to it. From the perspective that you enter the room, which is this, you're going to start going behind it, which would be this way, and then from the left, and then from the right of each new perspective until it's over. So right, 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 right. Go and equip Rocket Boost, too, as you finish that. And head straight to the Rocket Boost. You can spam... You don't have to equip Rocket Boost, because you can just spam it in your inventory, but, you know. Don't need the Baphomet Dad. Equip Fire Blaster again if you did equip Rocket Boost. And then here, you're going to do the... same puzzle as before. You have to shoot the orb with the proper color. The orb is blue. And equip your Spellstone and head to the end. And that is Ocean 2. The only hard part of Ocean 2 is the fire wheel. And it's very hard. It's a significant, like, hard part. I have a practice file for it because it's so annoying. But that was close. That attempt I got, I'm actually really impressed by it. This is the only spellstone you place that is actually directly behind you when you spawn in. Cool. Got through that. Now we're going to be going to Walled City for Walled City 2, which will lead us to the end of the game. Walled City 2, there is a lot to say, actually. It's, Oh, definitely a pretty precise segment, so you should practice it. I'll go through it all. It's not exactly, like, crazy hard, but it is worth practicing. It's intricate to make sure it goes right. There's actually sort of a lot to it.
Yeah! We did it, Fox! Guys, are you seeing this? Mission complete. What's going on?
But for the next couple minutes, all we're going to be doing is running back to Thorntail Hollow, because that takes like 4 minutes.
Since you left Walled City, I've been studying your mission, and I've noticed there's something hidden at the top of that huge temple. It looks like
I think it takes like 3 minutes. I think this cutscene is like a minute though, so it's like 4 minutes until you get back to Thorntail Hollow after you place the 4th spellstone. a little more. Alrighty. You can equip Fire Blaster probably. Doesn't really matter. You're not going to use anything for a while. Jump onto the ledge so you don't climb twice. Skip the corner. You do not need to pick up that magic. Right?
Come back when you need me.
Am I wrong about
Over
this?
and out.
Well, either way, that one's... Oh, got distracted. Ladder skip here. Either way, that yellow isn't entirely necessary. I think I'm going to pick up the red gem in the Thorntail Hollow Lightfoot link map. I'll show it when I get to it. That yellow's a little out of the way. You don't need that one. I know it doesn't seem like it, but it actually is. I think it's like 5 seconds. When you count the movement, and it's probably a little less than that. But yeah, there are better ones to get. I think I'm gonna get the red gem leaving Thorntail. I think I'm just a little lower on magic than I normally would be. You shouldn't need to normally get magic on the way, I don't think. Having a little trouble remembering. But yeah, you're just gonna run all the way to Thorntail. I will stop for the red gem. I guess if you are gonna stop for any magic, you should stop for this red gem. Because you're gonna get magic in, Walled City. Or... Wait. No, wait, I'm sorry. Well, let's back up. I think I am wrong about that. I think you do want to get that yellow gem leaving Cape Claw. So I'm gonna grab... This is the red gem I was talking about that you can grab. I'm gonna grab a little extra magic, because actually, yeah, it's more worth it to pick up that yellow gem in Cape Claw, I think. I'm sorry about the mistake there. I'm gonna go over here and just grab this one to make up for it. And this. Because we should actually probably have like nearly full magic, or just about full magic, going into Walled City. Because you use a lot of magic, so yeah. I think actually I would recommend that. Come up, so you should get that yellow gem right at the exit of Cape Claw, actually. Don't do the magic that I just did. Get that magic leaving leaving Cape Claw.
Of course.
Is that what I said? The magic gem at the top of Cape Claw right as you're exiting. The yellow one. You can get that.
Your boss said to return to the
So yeah, go through this cutscene. Hold left out of it. And adjust to run straight to your R-Wing. And say goodbye to Dinosaur Planet, or Thorntail Hollow at least. We will never be returning. This is the end. Once you enter this part, you are not coming back to the main world again. Two to the left for Walled City.
Hurry, Fox.
Push A after Peppy says hurry, Fox. Don't miss your 7 gold rings, and remember to boost. Whoop. All good. Try for scoreboard skip, didn't get it. Alright, so just head in and run straight to the King Earthwalker, who's at the top of these steps.
Fox, on behalf of Dinosaur Planet, I thank you for returning the Spellstones to their rightful place.
For what good it did? If you didn't notice, you're still stuck up here in this floating rock.
By removing the Spellstones, Scales caused our planet to tear apart. Returning the stones has stopped the flow of magic energy, but only by the power of the Krazoa spirits will the floating lands return.
Seems like we both have our reasons for finding the last of the spirits. The Queen said I could find one here in the city. So where is it?
The spirit will be revealed once both the Sun and Moonstones are returned.
Alright, out of the cutscene, we're gonna do Moonstone first, so you wanna like hold down left from your starting position, which is right about here, because you're gonna jump up here and cut that corner with a jump, and then run this way to and jump off there to the Moonstone. The reason you take that route on the temple pathway to get over here is it's just a little bit faster than running around. So stick to the right. And this block puzzle is not very hard. I'll show you the order to do it in. You're gonna do this one first, then this one like that, then this one, and then this way, this way. And after you push it the last time, roll towards the ledge so you're just a little bit closer. You can hold up out of the push and you'll get yourself a little bit closer to the ledge. Head up to this little elevator, press A. Run onto the pad. You can be right on the edge of it like this. You just need to be able to see that moon and then do the zoom in with the zoom goggles as you're aware of. Now, okay, so the thing to note, really, about the Sun and Moon temples here is the very end of them. Like, they're not actually that difficult, but the only thing to talk about is how they end. They both have, as you probably remember, a spinning wheel with a hole in it, and the hole will reveal 3 Fire Blaster shots, and you have to shoot the Fire Blaster switches in a particular order. Now, if you miss one, the wheel will also speed up as you hit each Fire Blaster switch, so it gets a little faster when you hit 1, and a little bit faster again when you hit 2. Now, the bad thing here is that if you miss the cycle and can't hit the first one, like, as soon as you enter that room, you're going to have to wait for the wheel to go all the way back around to the first Fire Blaster switch, and it's really slow if you haven't shot one yet. So, getting through the temples quickly so that you can shoot that first switch at least at its absolute at the absolute first opportunity is what's really important. And that goes for both of them. However, I will say it's harder with the Sun Temple. The Moon one's not that bad. The actual shooting and aiming for the moon is harder, actually. So anyway, we're gonna hold down after you use the zoom goggles here. Press A to get back on the elevator. Oh, and the cycle the cycle for the wheel starts when the wheel loads, which is as soon as you enter the temple. So once we get in, we're gonna be moving to try and get through this as fast as possible. You can keep Fire Blaster equipped, come down and hit the switch. There's really no good way to get past this thing faster. I just, like, recommend taking long paths around and slow. Just get through each one as soon as you're able to. And, you know, just take long paths like this. Keep your eye on the gate so you can rush through as soon as you can like that. It's not that hard. Keep Fire Blaster equipped, like I said, but as you're running in here, pull up your Super Groundquake ability in your menu and get ready to use it, because you're going to hit the button to start the Invisible Maze race. Which is, like, not that hard, honestly. It's just, you just sort of have to know what it looks like, which, there's, maybe I can link an image in the description or something. There's an image of the Invisible Maze with its walls. But honestly, like, just practicing it and getting a feel for it and, like, when to make the turns is probably more worthwhile even than looking at the drawing will be. So, use Super Groundquake. Before you do it, sort of point in this direction that I have Fox in. And then follow the path that I take. Whoops. Not quite like that. And as you're going through, get your portal device ready. Do pick up that red gem. And spam portal device to get in as soon as possible. We're gonna get ready to shoot that first switch right away. We made it in time, as you can see, because it's the switch on the left. We made it. Now we gotta do the second one right away, and the third one right after that. The moon is hard because we can actually take a second and breathe and talk about this now. The moon is hard because the order is left, top, right, and the circle is going around clockwise, which means that they are revealed left, top, right after each other. You know what I mean? Like the sun, the difference is the sun wheel goes counterclockwise, which means that, and the order is the same, left, top, right, but it means that you shoot the left one and then it keeps going this way and it passes the third one and then hits the second one before you're able to hit it, and then keeps going clockwise and has to go all this way around again to reach the third one and passes the first one. So the sun, you have, like, more time to stop and aim and, like, make sure that your aim is good, but for the moon, you have to shoot really quickly, like I just did there, to make sure that you don't miss. It's not really a huge deal if you miss the third one, because the wheel is going faster at that point, right? It's only a couple of seconds if you miss the third one. It is imperative that you get through these temples fast enough that you don't miss the first one for the first time that you're able to shoot it, because the wheel is so slow. It's like, I literally don't even know, it might be like 12, 15 seconds or something. It's like a lot just for not getting here fast enough. And it also means you're already losing time, you know, because you didn't get here fast enough, if that's the case. So, you know, it's like snowball time loss. Alright, so yeah, that's the Moon Temple. Run ahead, you don't have to wait for him, you can just run through the fire. It's not painful at all. Grab the Moonstone and turn around and run out. Grab this red gem. And then just exit. Stick to the left here, because you're just going to go right up this way. Stick to the left again, because you're going to go left around the center pyramid. Once again, you're actually going to run up on this ramp. And jump this corner. And then jump towards the sun entrance because it's just faster than going around the pyramid the long way. Once again, show you the order. As soon as you fall down, I like to shield to stop, and because you're gonna push that one to the right, this one up. Wait, did I do that right? Yeah, you come then. Sorry, yeah, then you come all the way to this one. Push that one like that, and then you go do this last one. Sorry, I don't know why I got confused about that. Then again, run towards the ledge to get ready to climb up. Equip your Ice Blast. Now, the sun is probably the tougher one overall, because the temple itself is harder than the moon one is to do quickly. So I'm going to show the best way to do it. I'm going to keep running through to make sure that we get the cycle. I will show you. So once we enter, the wheel cycle will start, so we're going to keep moving. Run into the center of this room and alert both bats, and just shoot out a quick Ice Blast to kill them both. Pull this block down all the way. And push it in this way. Turn around and grab this block. Then push it up. You can kind of let go of it a little bit before it reaches it because they slide. Grab this one and pull it down and up into this. Then grab this one and pull it back. Get around it to push it forward because you can't push it all the way from behind. And then grab this one like that and push it in here. And you're good. Run left and equip your, or don't equip, do not equip. Highlight your Super Groundquake to start this puzzle. Roll out of that cutscene because Tricky's often in your way and rolling helps get past him. Now go this way, use your Ice Blast, turn off this. After that, equip Fire Blaster. Run this way. Stop dead in the middle of this, and you can just kind of point and shoot quickly. It's not that bad. Then run this way, highlight your Flame command, and spam it when you get close. And then keep walking towards this. As Tricky flames, you can spam A and turn that switch really quickly. Then highlight your portal device, run inside, spam it to open the door. And then here, I recommend getting ready right away to shoot the first one. Then I go and grab the yellow gem and come back to shoot the second one. But that's sort of risky. You gotta be pretty fast to do that. But either way, you do want to grab that yellow gem at some point, and you don't want to miss any of the any of the switches at any point. So, that's the Sun Temple. I know that was really fast. There's really no better way to describe it. It's like kind of just a gauntlet that you have to just get through quickly. If you need more help with it, just watch that whole thing I just did back. If you know, honestly, and there's two ways. What I just did there was the riskier way of getting this yellow gem. If you look back at the video, like just rewind and watch, you'll see when we opened the door, the hole was just passing this first switch for the first time, and it had to go all the way back around again. That was far more than enough time to pick up this yellow gem. And you could even stand from here to shoot the first switch right about there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was riskier than it had to be. If you forget the yellow gem or are like, oh man, I didn't pick it up, you have time after you shoot the first switch as it's on its way up to the second switch. But if you get here fast enough, you should have time to pick up the yellow gem. And you do want it. Fun fact, that is the last magic that you're going to pick up for the remainder of the run. And also, that tricky flame command we used earlier was the last tricky command of the run. Congratulations. You have finished up with Tricky. There's nothing left for Tricky to do. You may notice, okay, on that note, I will say this now, because, like, now we're here at the end. You may notice then that we still have 2 mushrooms left over in Tricky's stomach. I do that on purpose. It's just a safety net. It's 2 mushrooms throughout the run. It's not really a big deal. There are plenty of convenient mushrooms. Many of them were that I got were probably free, you know. So I recommend feeding Tricky to full that last time in Walled City, even though you're only going to actually need Tricky 3 more times after you feed him in Walled City. And it's let's see, it's twice in well, once in Dragon Rock, once here, and I'm forgetting where the last one is right now anyway. But yeah, we went through it anyway. So that's Sun Temple, in my opinion, always sort of marks a ceremonial end of the run because it's the one of the last things you do in like the hard part of Walled City 2. Krazoa 5 isn't that hard, and you know, you're done with Tricky, you're done collecting magic, like you're just good now. Like you kind of you're cruising now, you know. So anyway, after you turn it off, go and grab the Sunstone. Doesn't matter if you get hurt. You have so much health. And then after you collect the Sunstone, save and quit. And reload the game. And hold down out of as it loads in. And roll past Tricky. It's like 3 seconds faster to do that save and quit than it is to run out of the Sun Temple from the Sunstone location. It's a save and quit that saves like a very small amount of time. So as you're coming up, keep to the left here. And get past this Earthwalker from behind him like that, because we're going to go place the stones. Equip Sunstone, highlight Moonstone, because you're going to stick to the right. Here's a good chance for you to just do, like, really optimized movement, because it's really easy. Place the Moonstone first, stick close to the right wall, you know, and then place the Moonstone first. Now run over to where the Sunstone is. You can kind of clip over that ledge and spam Y to place the Sunstone. Hold sort of down right-ish, I think, out of this cutscene. Yeah. And then roll past Tricky if you have to. Stick to the right side here. And then turn right. And to go around the pyramid up to the top. And we'll enter K5. You should probably equip Ice Blast. I think that's what I normally do. Gotta run up to the front to get on top. Go right the moon way. You can just follow the path that I take up the pyramid. Here, keep going straight. Then go up this way, and then hard left, and then up. And inside. So head forward and climb up the ladder. A lot of the K5 shrine we're able to just sort of run through. It's not that hard. Go left. Make sure you stop on the pad for long enough for the gate to actually open. If you don't stop running, it won't open. It does not matter if you take damage. go right. Okay, now this is why you had Ice Blast equipped. You can use it as soon as you land. As soon as you land. Or, well, as soon as you get past. Now equip Fire Blaster, stop and turn around to shoot that switch, and then hold back and jump into the flame, and then roll out of it like that. Because it's like a second faster than shooting that switch there than jumping across. And then again hit the button and then get on here. All right, so we made it. That's it. K5 Shrine is pretty easy. Now the K5 Trial is also like not particularly bad. I just follow the order that I do them in. That's really the best way I can say it. It is the fastest order to do them in. It's even though it will appear very crisscrossy still, it is actually the shortest linear path to finish the puzzle. So you're going to talk to the spirit, spam A, and then run to the Dino Horn first. Run to the left to place it at the Dark Ice Mines one. Grab the Cloud Runner flute. Go to Cloud Runner. Turn around, grab the Moon Seed. Go to Moon Mountain Pass. You can kind of fall off the ledge here. Grab the Lightfoot Totem. Go to Lightfoot Village. Grab the Meteor. Go to Space. And finally, grab the Gold Tooth. And go to Walled City. That's it. It is the shortest path. And with that, you have Krazoa 5. And you are now locked into the end of the game. Bam.
This is it, Tricky. It's time to...
Now we say goodbye to Tricky, our best friend.
I know you're right, Fox. It's just...
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna miss you too. Without your help, this mission would have failed. So I've got something for you. Prince Tricky, Earthwalker, you are now an honorary member of the Star Fox team.
Dad, did you hear that? Me, a member of Star Fox. Do I get my own spaceship?
I'll come and visit you soon.
Just don't make it too long, okay?
Hold down out of the cutscene, and then you'll have to shift and adjust. And head to the R-Wing. Head back to Dinosaur Planet. Two inputs to the right. As soon as General Pepper says let's, or right after he says let's, you can push A. Final space flight back to Dinosaur Planet, and we're going to land directly at Krazoa Palace, as you're probably aware and familiar with. So I will tell you what we're going to do then when we land. Not much of the game left. Especially in Glitchless. There's not a whole lot left to say in Glitchless. Try for the last time for scoreboard skip. Hey, we got it the last time. That's so funny. All right. As you land, you're gonna go ahead and hold left. Come this way. You're gonna go down to the center chamber this way. Do what I just did there, where I like jumped into the gust and then sort of like hugged the wall so that I fell out as soon as I could. Now here, we're gonna do a trick called, well, there's a bunch of different names for it, and honestly none of them are very good because it's a weird trick to describe. But we've actually done this already when we were depositing the, what is it, 4th Krazoa Spirit. Where we hop on the metal part of the big gust lifts and fall into the hallway of the floor below us rather than taking the gust, you know, going through all the wind gust things. So the best way to, first we have to ledge grab and fall onto the gust that's directly ahead of us. The best way to ledge grab here is to rub up against this little part that I'm rubbing up against now, because you lose your momentum and you won't actually have to stop and slow down, and you'll ledge grab on this. So then just like flick down to make Fox fall, ESS up, adjust a little bit, and you're gonna do the same thing you did before. That like roll, that run and roll, you know, off of that metal part. It's a little, it is tough. It takes a little getting used to. Now, since we stopped to explain that, this will look a little bit differently, but you can tell that you went pretty fast here if this Sharp Claw is, like, over here or so in his patrol path when you are coming up, when you're entering this doorway here to go and deposit K5. There's another little thing here to mention. Sometimes you, yeah, see, I didn't get it. I don't even know. I don't know how this part works. Just full disclosure, I don't know how this works. But sometimes when you enter this room, you, the gust won't be loaded, and you'll ledge grab like that, rather than, just floating directly onto the platform. So as you're running in, the ideal is for, you to just keep running like this across, and obviously not ledge grab. Ledge grabbing at this point actually loses like a couple seconds, and there's not a whole lot to this segment, so it's honestly just not worth it, you know. Yeah, but I have no idea how it works. I can't help you. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. I think I'm not like, I'm just gonna say what I think. This is not like 100% positive. I think if you keep right in here and then, no, see, now that time it actually did ledge grab. I don't know how it works, so now I'm not even gonna finish that thought, I think, because I don't think I'm right about it. I thought if you approached from the right and like looked into the room first to give it time to load, it wouldn't, but yeah, see, that's a ledge grab. I don't think that's right. So I'm just gonna move past this because I do not know the answer, and that time we didn't. So move on and place Krazoa 5. After you've placed Krazoa 5, spam pause out of this cutscene because you're going to save and quit. It's a heck of a lot faster than running all the way back up to the top of the palace. So just spam A here. The good thing about saving and quitting is you just get to spam A if your file is in the first slot. Now hold left when you load in, and you're going to keep holding left because you're going to go to the K6 warp, where we quote-unquote fight General Scales as we're If you're running this game, you're probably aware. Not a very interesting fight. This is, but there is something to say about Glitchless during this, which is, if you're familiar with glitched speedruns of this game, you may be familiar that we have a trick called Scales Skip, or General Scales Skip, where, you are able to overlap two of the General Scales cutscenes because... I'll explain it. You're going to come around and get up onto this ladder anyway, and basically right here is where the routes would diverge, but whether or not you're doing a glitched run or a glitchless run. Now, for a glitched run, the trick is that General Scales exists behind this wall. Like, he's there. And if you run all the way up against the wall and pull your staff out, it will skip to the second cutscene in the fight, and you'll basically skip having to play the first cutscene when Scales jumps out from the ceiling individually, and instead it'll overlap at the end. So, and the reason that having your staff out is important is that the trigger for ending the General Scales fight is you pulling your staff out. That's actually what ends the fight. But this is considered a glitch. And so, in Glitchless, you are not allowed to do it. In Glitchless, you can't do the... This is like an important... You're at the very end of the run. Do not invalidate your run not thinking about it. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Don't do Scale Skip. You can't do it. It is banned in Glitchless. It's considered a glitch. So in Glitchless, you just have to get up on this ladder and run to the center of the platform to trigger the first cutscene. And then... As this cutscene is ending, just spam A, and the fight will literally... You'll, like, barely even see the frame that Scales is there, and the fight will just end. See?
Scales, you are no longer any use to me.
Who are you? I demand you show yourself.
I am the one you brought to Krazoa Palace. The Earthwalkers could see me, but you could not.
I don't understand.
No, I didn't think you would. Your desire for power overwhelmed you and blinded you to the truth inside. Now give Fox what he's looking for. Give him the final Krazoa spirit.
You will regret this.
Was in him all this time. But that voice, I recognize it from somewhere. Yeah.
Now, hold left out of the warp. And run straight to the deposit for K6. And boom, you are now done with Fox's ground movement. And the final thing to do is fight Andross. Spoiler alert. This cutscene is several minutes long. All in, so... I'll see you in the Andross fight, I guess. But really, there's not a lot to say about the Andross fight. If you're familiar with how his cycles work, you should, like, understand generally how to beat him. I can show you what a good enough Andross fight looks like. But, yeah, like, there's not a lot to say. It's an Andross fight, you know, they always work the same way. The only big thing with the Andross fight is a trick called early hands. Which is, so you're probably aware, you fight Andross's Krazoa head, and then you fight his real head. and during his real head phase, he fights you with his hands, and you destroy his hands, and then he turns back around into the Krazoa head. You fight that one more time, then you fight Andross's hands one more time, and then Falco comes in and gives you bombs. You drop the bombs in Andross's mouth, and you shoot his brain to defeat him. That's the whole fight. Early hands is when you destroy both of Andross's hands in one cycle. So you can do early hands twice then, because you fight his hands twice in two separate occasions. You destroy both of them twice, you know? So early hands can be done twice, but I have to tell you, this is not something that people grind for. It's hard. It's really hard to get early hands. I actually just got it for the very first time, like, a couple days ago. It's hard. You can pretty much come up with your own way for fighting Andross that works for you. You just want to shoot as fast as you can, don't miss your shots, take into account that he kind of moves when you shoot him, like he recoils, which is just something to get used to. I'd really just recommend, you know, doing your best. I always sort of start left eye, like that, and then go up, and then go right, which is usually good for avoiding that attack of his. Then left hand first. Missed. Got one, which is normal. Like, that's sort of what you want to aim for. Normally, you can destroy one hand pretty easily, but destroying them both in one cycle is just really hard. The hitboxes are weird, and Andross, like, moves around a lot in weird ways. It was only one hit away, though. Once again, then I go left, up, and right. However, these ones take more damage, and so I actually often do it in, like, 2 passes rather than 1. But I follow that sort of circle to avoid the attacks. Again, left. You have so much health, by the way. Health is not a huge problem during this. Oh, I missed one. Oh, I'm gonna miss them both. Terrible, 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 terrible. Oh my goodness. Hasn't happened to me in a long time. Didn't even get one of the hands. Oh, right. He'll go right first here, if they're both alive. I forgot about that. They were both very close. And then after this part, and you can't get away, you know, you just gotta wait it out. Falco will show up. Hey, McCloud. And then now you just have to survive until Falco gives you a bomb, which is after one full cycle of Andross's attacks. Make sure you collect the bomb. Throw the bomb as soon as he opens his mouth, and then just spam his brain as best you can. I would recommend just eating the damage from these attacks so that you can make sure you're shooting him. It's, like, much better and more, you know, convenient. You have so much health. You should absolutely be able to take those attacks. Like, especially if you're careful about not taking a ton of damage in the beginning of the fight. You'll do a lot better against his brain. You'll just be able to fight him very conveniently. You should be able to defeat Andross in 2 brain cycles. 1 is not really possible for a human, and 2 is good, 3 is bad. You want to be able... Whoa, that was not good. You want to be able to do enough damage so that, there we go. Time! You want to do enough damage so that, you take about at least more than half his health on the first cycle, then you should be fine to beat him in 2. Well, there you have it. That is a Star Fox Adventures Glitchless tutorial wrapped up. And this comes out to, I think, 8.5 hours of video and explanation. So, It cannot be said that I have not done my best here. I hope that everybody who watches this and, you know, watched it live and is watching it back to prepare for any speedruns finds this video series useful. Everything I mentioned in this these videos is more than enough to get you a sub 505 in Glitchless. Absolutely a sub 510 if nothing else. It'll take practice and skill to get that sub 505, you know, like this isn't gonna happen overnight. But if you take into account the things that I talked about here and practice everything, you should absolutely be able to do it. So, I'm gonna let the end of the game play here, and then I'll cut the video. But once again, I want to thank everybody who watches, both live and in the future, watching the video back. I hope that you all found it very helpful. I had fun making it. It had been something that I wanted to do for a long time. And, yeah, just knocked out 8.5 hours of tutorial footage. Pretty good. So, thanks everybody. Gonna let the end play. I'll end the video when the final cutscene's over.
Not as much as we were.
It seems that Andros discovered the ancient power of the Krazoa, and by trapping Crystal, who had the ability to channel this power, he was able to use this energy to revive himself.
At least this time we'll see the last of him. I'm transferring your fee as we speak. Ever out.
Woohoo! Yeah!
We can finally repair the ship.
And I really need some oil. These joints are not what they used to be.
And I can't wait to get back with the Star Fox team. Hey guys, you don't mind if I hang with you again, do ya?
Sure, Falco. It's great to have you back.
The Star Fox team is back together again.
Oh, Fox! I almost forgot. I received this message from Crystal.
Hi, Fox. I really appreciate what you did for me. I'm just so sorry we didn't get much of a chance to talk. I'm left with just one more thing to do.
And that's to say thank you.
Well, okay. I mean, sure, no problem.
You're not shy, are you, Fox?
My sensors indicate Fox's temperature is rising. Are you okay, Fox?
I'm gonna be just fine.